Hello, my name is Amanda and this is my colleague Nikki. So we are physical activity specialists at Medway Council and today we're going to be showing you how to get off the floor should you have a fall.
So some of you might already be thinking, I know that I wouldn't be able to get up off the floor if I'd had a fall. So don't worry, because we're going to show you the whole sequence right the way through. And then at the end, we're going to talk about a series of exercises that you can do safely at home to make sure you've got the right skills and you're strong enough to get yourself safely up off the floor in the event of a fall at home.
So here we have poor old Nikki on the floor. She's had a fall and we need to get her up off the floor. Nikki, if you can just have a little feel down, a little wriggle as to what's going on in your body right now. Do you feel any dis-ease or pain at all? All good. Okay, so the other thing is, in this instance, we would have a little shout, bang the radiator if you've got one nearby you, just trying to make as much noise as possible so that someone can hear you. So now we're going to go into the next stage, which is trying to get Nikki onto her side. So Nikki, if you can raise one arm, that's it, rest it back, bend your knee, and just being aware which side you roll over to, just in case you have a hip condition. So for today, Nikki's rolled inward to me, but you would need to be really careful which side you rolled onto if you'd had like a hip replacement or a knee replacement. So from this position here, if you can, Nikki, just very slowly place the palms down and then just gently, one at a time, push yourself up very slowly into a half-seated position. That's it. So Nikki's now on her side, and from there, just take a moment or two before you roll over onto your hands and knees. Again, being careful here of the knees if you have knee injuries. If you have a cushion or a cardigan at hand, just to pop those under the knees there. And slowly crawling forward to your nearest chair. Okay, so what Nikki's going to do now is just place one hand at a time onto the chair, pause for a moment, and then when you're ready, Nikki, with your strongest leg, lift from the hip, place the foot down, wait a moment, and then push into your hands on the chair, lifting up. That's it. Now hold that position like you're about to sprint off, but of course you're not, and then slowly bring those feet together and coming up super slow, just wriggling those toes, pedaling those feet to send the blood back up to the heart, as we don't want you feeling dizzy there. Good. Okay, so now you're going to very slowly walk around. That's it, and eventually just feeling the back of the chair behind the knees. That's good. And we're going to go down into a seated position, firstly pushing the hips back into a hover and then sitting down onto the chair. That's good. So now we're going to reverse. We're going to go back the opposite way so that Nikki will end up lying back down on the floor where she started. So Nikki, if you can just wriggle yourself forward to the first third of the chair, that's it. Placing the feet under the knees and then either using your hands on the chair or top of your thighs, you're going to just slightly lean forward and then push yourself up slowly. That's it, good. Again, pedaling those feet, sending the blood back to the heart so that you don't feel dizzy. That's good. Okay, so from this position, you're going to slowly walk yourself back around again. Good. And then you're going to just bend through from the knees, place the hands back onto the chair, and when you're ready, you're going to step back into that sprint position again. You need to take back the leg that is weakest, so your strongest leg is in front, and then you're going to come down onto the opposite leg and very slowly, one hand at a time, palm to the floor, That's good. Okay, you might want to crawl back just slightly away from the chair, and then when you're ready, you're just going to come over onto your side into that seated position again. Excellent. Okay, so from here you're going to crawl back down toward the floor, lowering your chest down, one palm at a time, and then rest back into that position on your side. That's good. And then very slowly rolling onto your back, resting those legs back out again. So we're back to where we started. That's good.
Thank you, Amanda, for talking me safely back up off the floor. You may have wondered why, once we got safely into the chair, I then went back down onto the floor. The reason we show that is because you might want to practice this. Don't just wait for the big event. You might want to actually practice it so you know that you can get up and down off of the floor if you had a fall. And some of you may be looking at that and thinking, I would never ever be able to get down onto one knee, I wouldn't have the strength in my arms to push up. So what we're going to be doing is doing some follow-up videos that will come after this one that will take you step by step through each process. When we do this whole routine, it's called backward chaining, or to you and I, it's called getting on up and down off the floor. But we use every joint and every muscle in our body. So from the neck to the shoulders, the arms, chest, torso and back, front and back of the legs, right the way down to the ankles, have a lot of work to do. We use hip flexion and body rotation. So pretty much everything there. And not forgetting the wrist. The wrists do a lot of work in this sequence. So we're going to show you some exercises just to strengthen your wrist. It might be that even after going through all of this process, you still can't complete the whole sequence. But don't worry, because even if you can get yourself to your hands and knees, at least you are in a position where your circulation isn't compromised and you could maybe reach a telephone or again just make some noise and let somebody know you need some help. So I hope you enjoyed the Nikki and Amanda show, and we will be coming back for lots more, so please do take a look, and we just want you to stay safe.